play a certain sort of way, so let's keep it on the ground hopefully. Didn't help the other day against Nigeria with a gale force wind.
In terms of you're getting so close to the tournament preparations, a game like this, I imagine you don't want your players putting the throttle down the whole way. It's still very much preparation, or is it just kind of treat this as if you're right in the tournament and have them mentally and physically prepared?
That's a penultimate game, so they have to go for it now. I mean, we've done all our prep work. The girls know what this game means. It's about connecting to the audience. They know that what they're coming out here to do. They've got to put performance on for the crowd to get the crowd engaged, because we know if we get the crowd engaged in us and who we're about on the field, that's our X factor. That's what's going to take us to a World Cup final. That's why you have a home tournament for that advantage. So
that mental preparation, and how key is that, just in terms of how you and your coaches approach it? Because are you expecting, obviously the crowd's going to be here, there's going to be that energy, but you want your players to feed off it that much?
Well, we've asked them to manage it and to stay focused and then use the energy. We showed them a clip of the Brazilian men's team in 2014, singing their national anthem, and trying to get them used to. You imagine walking out in front of 55,000 people singing your anthem when 55,000 are singing with you. We want them to be able to harness that and not get emotionally hijacked, so they can just be clear in their minds and playing the way they need to play. It takes a lot out of you, that sort of emotion, so this is a great test for them, just to handle the occasion well, use the strategies. We asked them to work on visualization prior to coming in. We've given them some experiences last year and the year before to play in front of big crowds here in Canada. So this is the one where they have to go into this as if it's the first game of a World Cup. I mean, that's how we're setting it up.
It is a tough match, and there are a lot of factors that are going to be around here, like you mentioned, the crowd and the home crowd. But how much emphasis are you putting on a win in this game tomorrow night, given the last few games that you've had?
Look, every game we play to win. I mean, there's nothing. Whether you're a kid or a senior international, you go out and try and win a football match. But the emphasis tomorrow is on applying our strategies and tactics that we've been working on against the England's tactics and structures, which are quite similar to some of the things we'll face in the tournament. And then, we want to leave a great taste in the mouths of Canada, as if to, tell them where we're at. Like, we're ready. We have to be ready, because we've only got this game, and then it's against China, who, are a tough opposition.
Coach, one of the last.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Can you talk a little bit about Christine Sinclair? She's the face and the hope for this team, for a lot of people from outside. How important is she, and what does she do for this team?
Well, she scores goals. That's the main thing, and that's what really separates Christine from other players. Like, she's consistently scored goals at the highest level internationally, and she has to bring that to this tournament. That's her challenge. But we know about Christine. Like, Christine becomes Christine when the other players rise up around her, and that's the biggest challenge here. That at the Olympics in 2012, when we picked up the bronze, other players rose up to Christine's level, maybe for the first time in their careers. So if we can get people like Sophie Schmidt, Desiree Scott, we can get Melissa Tancredi, rising up, then teams can't just focus on Christine, and that's what they do. Once you shut Christine down, you shut Canada down, apparently. But if the others aren't performing at her level, then it becomes easier for them. So Christine is only as good as her teammates.
Are they prepared to play at that level?
Absolutely. I mean, we know what this tournament means to Christine. She's been our captain for so long and our leader, and we want to do it for her. There's no doubt. We want to put her in our hometown in a final against the USA, and picking a trophy up.
Sorry for interrupting.
You were obviously at the Olympics. You saw what a home crowd did for Team GB there. Again, at the Commonwealth Games recently, the home crowd had a big part to play in Team Scotland. What can the home crowd do for Canada in this World Cup?
Well, the Canadian football community love this team. I mean, they fell in love with them at the Olympics, and I think there's a genuine desire to see them succeed. So I think people come into the stadiums with an energy and passion to try and push them over the line, not just to come and spectate. And this is a women's soccer country. And we genuinely have women's soccer nuts in this country who are so passionate, and that's what we're trying to harness. But we know we have to play well. Good work equals good mood, so we have to make sure the good work's there, so we get the good mood in the stadium, and then it's reciprocated. We can get on a great roll.
You certainly have a big responsibility, but how much were you watching the news yesterday?
What news?
The FIFA news.
No idea. I'm not even sure what you're talking about. I switched the news off. I've switched Twitter off. Yeah, I'm focused on the Women's World Cup.
Okay, last question for John. We have Erin next.
You mentioned Melissa Tancredi, and this is probably one of the last times that her family and friends will get to see her play here in her hometown.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little about her development, her preparation as one of the veteran players of this team, what she means to them, and how special this game will be for her tomorrow night.
I think it's important as a send-off. I mean, I don't think she's ever had a chance to play in front of our home fans before. You know, she's been inducted into the Hall of Fame here. She's well known, so you know, Tank owes the crowd a goal, and I'll be challenging her to do that. You know, people have supported her for many years, our family, and what no better place to go and do it. She hasn't scored for a while either, so you know, I'll be winding her up and making sure she does something for the home fans here.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.